Uh, okay. So I guess I don't know when people got disconnected, but the game has just started. I mean, we're on destination. F91 at the top position, and Strelok is at the bottom position. So let's kick it back off.
Excellent. Well, as I was saying, this map, I think it's a very balanced map for Terran vs. Zerg. It's really hard for Terrans to break Zerg expansions, but at the same time, it's really easy to... LZ Game, I already gave you a shout out. I don't know if you were listening, but shut up. And, well, basically, Terran can hold its third base really easily, which is really a big problem in Terran vs. Zerg. One of the hardest things to do is to hold your third base.
You see a quick scout. This is not very characteristic from Strelok, but he is putting down the barracks, so it's not going to be a proxy. This is like a 9 scout from Terran. Never seen anything like that from Strelok thus far. And we see the standard 9 scout also from F91. They do a little high five cross up there. They do that thing where you're walking into someone and you go left, he goes left, and finally get around each other, and looks like it proxy eBay to shut down that hatchery. That is very annoying, I will tell you that firsthand.
We've seen this happen from time to time, and oftentimes Terran likes to follow up with a tech build, so I'll be interested to see if we're going to see Strelok do something, maybe a 2-port Wraith build or something like that, because it can be quite strong followed up with this eBay, so I don't know. We haven't seen Strelok do anything quite like that yet. It'd be interesting to see instead of 4 racks.
Yeah, for sure. We see a very quick gas from him, almost at the same time as his barracks. So this does lend itself to a tech build. Unfortunately, given that F91 is the last Zerg who 9 scouts in the semi-free world, I suppose, he sees this coming and is going to be able to counter it, or at least expect it.
Yep. So, Strelok's going to go along with it anyways. I wonder what changes he's going to make to whatever he had planned. If he had something planned that's easily countered by, if Zerg's like, alright, he's teching, I should go Hydra, and that really counters what Strelok was doing. I wonder if he has a backup plan, maybe get an eBay instead, get a quick +1, but no, he is throwing up that factory, so, I wonder, ooh, he's taken 2 SCVs off gas, so I'm thinking he might just open with a Vulture here.
Yeah, we see F91 again shifting his build. He's got 15 drones now and 3 hatcheries, no spawning pool yet. 16 drones there, finally the spawning pool goes down. So this is just crazy. I've never seen a Zerg do anything like this before, really. And it's playing into his hands. I mean, if he expects this factory and he has this many larvae, he should be able to react to it and get a good mid-game timing to counter going.
Yeah, oh no, Strelok is going to factory, and as we see by the building placement, Strelok already knew that there was a hatchery going down there on the left. This is going to be an insanely hard thing to do a run around. He's going to have to go back around the geyser, and if F91 isn't prepared for that, I will be really surprised. So, I do not like the strategy we're seeing out of Strelok here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it can be effective, but I don't know. I really, the building placement, as you mentioned, is really strong for F91. He's getting 2 sunken colonies already. All he needs to do is jam something in between those 2 hatcheries. That closes that right down. Then he's got to go around back, and it's just really, really going to be difficult for this to work. If he does get in the main, I mean, he'll be able to do a lot of damage, but it's going to be very hard, especially, remember, we're not on land latency here, so patrol micro is very hard to do. You basically have to patrol click and then have a little timing in your head that tells you when to move again, like a little buffer in your head. So you click and you actually have to tell it to move before you see it. So, it's next to impossible to do.
And Strelok has a siege tank right now. I wish I could tell you what he's doing, but I just don't know. This is really bizarre. It looks like he's going to 2-factory push, and, well, he sees the Hydralisk den. There is no layer going up quite yet, so, this might actually be a reasonable opening to punish him. Oh my god, he cancels the Hydra den as his overlord sees the tank moving out. He gets that second gas, so he wants to tech right up to Mutas now, and that late layer may prove to be his undoing.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough time for him to get that out. I mean, Siege mode is 50% done, and the tank's pretty much in position. So he's going to have to throw up many sunken colonies to try to hold this back. I guess the only thing in his favor is there's only one tank, a second one coming, but with mines out as well, it looks like, oh, the vulture's going to get taken out by 2 zerglings. Unfortunate there, you really want to keep those alive. But with siege mode almost done, I think F91's in a bit of trouble here unless he has some magical stalling tactics or a lot of zerglings, which we see he does have on his ramp, with zergling speed just finishing now.
You know, while vultures in theory counter zerglings, when you have a ton of mass zerglings in a situation like this, vultures are not as good against them. So this might work out. Let's see. Running right up to those siege tanks, targeting the first one, and the vultures just cannot kill them quick enough. Will they get the second tank? And yes, they take it down right before they're all dead. And this will leave room for the vultures to get in, but the siege tanks are down, and that was really important.
Wow, I can't believe that worked, and with no vulture speed, and with zergling speed, you know, it's really hard for the vultures to get anything done. They could run by, but there's no speed. Is speed being reached? Yes, it's about 75% done. More vultures streaming down, no tank being added to his army, so it's all vultures now. So it looks like he's going to try some sort of run by, but with the sun colony and all these zerglings, there's a lot of zerglings. One thing I'd like to point out is that F91 has 1,000 minerals. I don't know how that's possible this early in the game off 3 hatchery, but apparently he found a way.
Yeah, really. I mean, he's been spending money on Sunkens. He's been spending a ton of money on Zerglings. How in the world does he have 1,000 minerals? I don't know, but he's going to have his Spire done here. Strelok has just started Goliath production. He doesn't have range yet, getting the +1, trying to expand at the same time. Oh man, this is not looking too good for Strelok here. I don't know if he's going to have enough Goliaths to really hold off the first batch of Mutalisks.
I think the no anti-hack launcher for F91 was actually just a ruse, saying, you know, he can't have land latency, but really, he's got some sort of circling mineral hack or something. He's up to 1,300 minerals. I really don't know how this is possible. It's so many units. Another tank coming from Strelok, trying to target that sunken colony. Get rid of that. Oh, mine being dragged into the larva. Wow, that was crazy. But Mutalisk is going to be out soon. The Spire just finishing, and with all these minerals available to be pumped into Mutalisk, yeah, as you said, I don't really think Strelok's going to have the answer for it with just Goliaths from 2 factories.
Yeah, especially when you see he's rallying his Goliaths up to the tank. And so he's trying to hold up there, and that's going to make his main base and his natural extremely open. He does not even have an engineering bay yet. So, I mean, I can't see him holding on to any location. You know, 4 Goliaths is not going to fend off 9 Mutas. Yeah, and so smartly, Strelok is retreating as soon as he sees these Mutas. So I don't know why he brought the Goliaths up there in the first place. But, I mean, he's going to be stretched so thin right now. F91 can probably just take the map.
Yeah, for sure. With his barracks about to go down, I'd like to see Strelok throw down, you know, 1 or 2 more factories before the barracks is taken out. Looks like SCVs are moving to do just that. Very nice by him. Cutting a few Goliaths to get, you know, you need the Goliaths now to live the first attack, but if you only have 2 factories and no barracks and you can't make any more, then that really is telling for the rest of the game. So Strelok is going to have to try to just, you know, live here by the skin of his teeth. That turret is not going to get finished. He's really going to have to stretch everything thin to survive this, to try to stay in the game.
And look at this, these Mutalisks already doing so much damage. He doesn't care about no land lanes. He's just targeting SCVs. The turret's never made it, never had a chance. And these Goliaths going to chase those Mutas out, but now the Mutas, with their greater mobility, can really run around and hit that expansion. Look at that expansion. Just 2 turrets there. So, you know, F91, I don't know why he's flying up here to kill this Vulture. He really should keep on top of his Muta harass because Goliaths are just not that mobile.
2 random Goliaths up here at the natural of F91. I don't know what they're doing up there. Maybe a misrally. But we see the drone, despite getting support from those Mutalisks, still can't place the hatchery because of this spider mine right here. So he might place it beside going for the gas. He really needs to start placing hatcheries everywhere. He's up to 2k off 3 bases. Going to top left, there's a Vulture there. You know, I really think this isn't that bad a situation for Strelok. He's got his economy largely unhindered. He's done a great job of shutting down all the expansions of F91, and F91 has just tons of minerals he's not really spending, so, you know, not that bad a position for Strelok.
Yeah, you know, I can't disagree with you, because he's kept F91 so busy that the meter harass has really been kept to a minimum during his weak times, and now he's really well defended. Look at that now, he's got 4 turrets up, he's got a lot of Goliaths right now, he's got his +1 done, and so Strelok, you know, he's still in a decent position with no third base up yet for F91. As long as Strelok is very careful, keeps his units together, and hits these timings correctly, he could definitely pull out a win here.
Yeah, for sure. And we see +1 carapace is finished, and F91 has no intention of making anything but Mutalisk. But with that late third gas, that's really, really hard to pull off, and we're going to see his minerals skyrocket here. And in modern mech play, you know, this all Mutalisk build used to work in the old school mech, but it doesn't really work now. Just the macro of Terran players and all the all the upgrades they can get, the Goliaths, it really counters this mass Mutalisk pretty easily. There's a lot of Mutalisk out though. The 3 hatch before spawning pool is really playing a factor here. I think Strelok has a shot, but it's going to be hard.
You know, Strelok is moving out too early here. Look at this. These mutas are just going to counter. No way on earth Strelok's main is going to hold this. You know, Terran mech can hold against mass Mutalisk, but you need Valkyries and or Irradiate. You cannot do it with just your Goliaths being rallied out. So many mutas here. Look at this. These Goliaths are minced meat. It doesn't matter that he's going to go kill this base of F91 because he has taken another one on the left side, and he's going to lose everything in his main. Strelok is missing the point of mech. This is not how it's supposed to be played. You really have to have support units with your Goliaths. It is not a Goliath-only build, and F91 is showing us exactly why. He does not care about that extra base, because Strelok's main is now screwed. Strelok is going to lose this game.
Yeah, for sure. You know, with mech, the point is not to be spreading out, trying to kill expansions. You really have to wait for that one timing, move out with United Army. And I am a big fan of countering. I think it's very underused, but in this situation it was not the proper time to counter. I mean, you have to look at what you're gaining, what you're giving up. He's giving up control of his factories and an entire base for one expansion of F91. Not a strong play in my eyes, and Strelok really, like, he moved out, just killed the hatchery. Now he's got to come all the way back to save his base, and F91 is just going to kill this factory, fly out, and, you know, that's going to put Strelok in, again, an impossible position to win.
Yep, he's down to 1 factory. We got +30 supply on the Zerg player. He's got the +1 carapace. He's got a ton of mutas at home. He's got a nice big economy going. His third base is up. It's got enough sunkens there that it's going to take 2 flights of Goliaths to kill it. Really, there's nothing left that Strelok can do here. Really kind of an amateur mistake there to move out. He had no support units whatsoever. That is just not how you use mech. And despite his 1-1 upgrades, which are nice, I mean, there's nothing he can do here. All F91 needs to do is spend his money and he wins.
Yeah, Strelok has no barracks, so he can't add factories. A few Zerglings now running in, taking out the SCVs at the natural, and clearly going to go for the turrets afterwards. Strelok not reacting at all, clearly distracted by the mutas at the main, killing a lot of SCVs there. Only about 3 SCVs left there, and in the natural only about 5 SCVs left. So Strelok's economy really taking a thumping here. He's lost all his support units, and look at what is he doing? 1, 2, 3, 4 barracks. Well, I'm no fortune teller, but I can tell you this is not going to work.
Well, chill. You could be a fortune teller in this case. I don't know what Strelok's thinking. He's got no upgrades for his Marines whatsoever. He's going to go 4 racks Marines now to counter these +2 armor mutas. A huge amount of mutas. I mean, this is so many mutas that you'd be scared to engage this with anything short of 2 Irradiates and a bunch of 1-1 Marines. This is... I mean, look at how many mutas he has here. He's controlling them very nicely, keeping them all together. And he's going to laugh at these. He's LOLing all over these barracks. And Strelok is going to have to leave the game pretty quickly here because there is just no way on earth he's going to lose here. Look at this, just flying right over the gulls. He doesn't care. He knows that he's going to kill him easily.
What was he thinking? Like, I'm running through all the other options for Strelok in my head, and every one of them seems better. Like, even 3-port Cloaked Wraith is a better option. Like, I don't know why he didn't put down 2 starports and try to claw back with vessels or Valkyrie or go back to mech. But I mean, these don't even share upgrades. It makes no sense any way you cut it.
Yeah, I mean, he may as well have just built a couple command centers outside of F91's base, floated them in, made SCVs, and tried to kill the Spire. All right, I mean that has as much of a chance of working as adding 4 barracks at that time. And look at this, we have got the double Spire going on in the main base. You don't see that too often, but well, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. He's got great upgrades. The game has been over for quite a while. Strelok's still making Marine Medic. You know, that's not going to go too well for him, unfortunately.
Wherever F91 decides to point his penetrating beam of Mutalisk, it's just going to cut right through whatever it hits. Looks like he's going straight for the Marines. Here we go. +2 carapace and 0-0 on the Marines. That's not going to bode well. He even flies through, lets him get a little attack on him first, and then comes into steamroll, and that's going to be it. That is going to be Liquibition number 28. With the similar result as in Broodsport against Idra, he takes it 5-2, and I mean, it was very convincing. The games I saw him lose were close, and they were his mistakes. The games I saw Strelok lose, either Strelok made a mistake or he was just completely outmatched.
Yeah, it kind of a disappointing match overall, I think. But you know, they both gave it their best. Hard to play without land latency. Really, you know, mannerful match by Strelok to even go through with that.
For sure, and I mean, looking forward to Liquibition number 29. Who could we get that could take down F91? Well, one man has stepped up to the plate to try to do it, and that man is none other than Nooney. So Nooney has said that he thinks he can take out F91, and that is going to be the next Liquibition F90 or 29 F91 against Nooney.
Oh my God, I am wiggling right now. I want to see that so badly.
Yeah, Nooney's PVZ is just, you know, top notch. So yeah, you know, as much as I love seeing F91 and I love seeing a Zerg up top, he's been up there for a while now, months even. We need someone to dethrone this guy, and that's going to be squarely on Nooney's shoulders.
You know, Noni is going to raffle supple cake all over that kid's face. I can't wait to see it. He has got some great PvZ, as you said. I have seen it here in Korea against the pro gamers. I think F91 really has his work cut out for him this time.
So I guess for today, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you to the players, and thank you to kind of the unsung heroes who never get enough credit, for Rage for observing the games and getting us the replays, to Karnak for observing, Rich and Zadok, and Plexa for taking care of all the administration and the streaming. And thank you to my bestest e-buddy, Artosis, for casting along with me. It's been fun as always.
Chill, I love to cast with you. Thank you so much.
Alright, take care guys, that's going to be it.